situation went bad before it became good. Because remember what we're saying right here. Death is the beginning. So this is not going to lead to death, but this is for the glory of God. So just imagine that. Remember that. So your situation right now, you're puzzling in your mind. You're thinking, nah, there's no hope. No way I can get out of this. Nothing. I can't, you can't receive the thing that you need to receive, whatever. But I just remember what I just said about Lazarus. We're going to get into verse 7. Then he said to his disciples, let us go back to Judah. So he's leaving Lazarus where he's at right now and going back to Judah, right? The disciples said to him, Rabbi, teacher, the Jews are only recently going to stone you, and you're thinking of going back there again? Jesus answered, are there not 12 hours of light in a day? Anyone who walks in the daytime does not stumble, because he sees by the light of this world. So we all know that Jesus is the light. God is the light. So anyone that's walking in the light of God will not stumble. As the word says, how dark is your eye is dark of what will be inside of you. Your soul, these are gateways to your soul, your eyes, your ears. So how dark is your eyes is how dark inside it is really inside of you, yeah? How light is your eyes, the more light that you're in is how much light that's inside of you. So that light will continue to show what's inside you on the outside, right? Jesus answered, so he said, no, but if anyone walks in the night, which is the dark, he stumbles because there is no light in him. Because remember, you're walking in the darkness. So if you're walking in the darkness, that could be sin, that could be your ways. Whatever you're walking into, that's what's going to be inside of you. Because what's on the inside of you is only being shown on the outside. But the light of God, that God has given us access to by walking in him, is able to show us on the outside, on the inside, on the outside. Because remember I said the light, your eyes depends on what is inside of you. What you consume through your eyes, the same way you consume through your mouth, is the same way whatever you consume with your eyes, you come into agreement, and that's what's inside of you. Because this is what is in your soul, basically what you're watching. You see what I'm saying? So you have to learn to know, watch good things, watch things of light, watch things of God. If you watch things of darkness, you're going to realize you're going to have nightmares. If you watch things of God, you're going to realize you have a good sleep. You'll probably sleep with the Holy Spirit talking to you. You'll go to sleep, you'll wake up with a dream, and God's showing you something, a vision, your future. You just never know. But if you walk in the darkness, you're going to only receive darkness. So it says, he said this, and after that said, our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I'm going there to wake him. So obviously God didn't say Lazarus is dead. He called dead asleep, because death to us is death, but death to God is able to be received back up, resurrected, because nothing is impossible for God. But it says here, disciples said and answered, Lord, if he has fallen asleep, he will recover. Because if Lazarus fall asleep, like if he's dead, if he's sleeping like you're sleeping, he will recover. He will get back up. But then God used plain language to them now and says, however, Jesus had spoken of this death, but they thought that he was referring to natural sleep, because the word that God used, Lazarus is asleep, but I have to go there and awake him. To men, that don't sound right. That sound like, yeah, Lazarus is like just regular sleeping. If you use the word death for men to understand, that's why God spoke in the way, because why? He had the power to speak that way. So death wasn't death to him. But it says, and for your sake, I am glad that I was not there, so that you may believe. But let us go to him. Okay. Now it says here, then Thomas, who was called Didymus. So we all know that Thomas was the doubter, right? Who was called Didymus, the twin, said to the fellow disciples, let us go too, that we may die with him. So when Jesus arrived, he found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb 4 days. So remember this now. Jesus knew that Lazarus was like basically dead. But yet, he could have went sooner to save it. But guess what he did? He stayed in the Pacific area 2 more days so Lazarus became dead. Because why? God knew that he was going to resurrect Lazarus. God knew that he was going to wake up Lazarus. So as I said again, your situation may be gone and you think that there is no hope for you. You may think that there's no future for you, but we serve a God who only moves forward. He never goes backward. God is never going to bring you back. He didn't bring you this far to leave you. The enemy wants you to think that. Your thoughts want you to think that. Sometimes we need healing from ourselves because we are the worst enemy. Yourself wants you to think that you're not going to go forward. You're not going to accelerate. But you want to say that no, that you serve a God that